Remember Father Brian's homily last weekend about the 4 o'clock moment. I remember my 4 o'clock moment, one of my first ones. It was when I was a college student at Indiana University. During the second semester of my sophomore year, I went to a Catholic conference called a Fire Rally. It was an invitation from this cute gal, Lebanese gal, that got me there. I don't think I would have gotten there without that invitation from her. So the rally was held back in 1992 in the city of Indianapolis. And after Father Mike Scanlon gave this inspiring talk on repentance, we had a little bit of time for reflective prayer. There was some great praise and worship music going on in the background so as to block out distractions while I had my eyes closed. And I was just asking the Lord for his forgiveness, for my waywardness in these first 2 years of college. And as I was asking for the Lord's mercy, an image came to my mind. It was an image of a throne. And along with that throne, I heard an inner voice, not audible, but very strong voice in my heart, saying that I have not been your God. I have not been your God. And I was confused. I mean, I responded prayerfully in my heart, what do you mean you're not my God? I've prayed for you since I was a little kid. We went to Mass every Sunday growing up. Who else would be my God? And then I saw that same throne that I knew was the image of that represented my life, and I saw myself seated on that throne when I knew that Jesus Christ the King was supposed to be seated on that throne. And heard the voice of God once again, I have not been your God, you have been your own God, coming to me only when you want something, or coming to me half-heartedly and with divided loyalties. And at that point, I just broke down in tears of sorrow because God allowed me to see with clarity my own selfishness, right? Living for myself instead of for him, who gives us a very opposite example, doesn't he, on that cross. But at that same moment of contrition, an inexpressible sense of peace also came upon me that assured me that I was in the hands of a very merciful and loving God. It was a joy and a freedom that was beyond words. And in fact, when I was trying to share it last night for the first time in a while, 4:15 Mass, first homily this weekend, I was brought back to that moment. It took me a little bit of time because I got emotional trying to get through sharing it. But I placed God on the throne that day, and though I've had to keep on going back to him, confession after confession, to constantly place him back on that throne, that particular day was a pivotal moment. Right? An incredible grace from God that let me know that our God was a personal God who actually relates to his people, who enters into relationship with me and loves me. And that was a big 4 o'clock moment for me that changed the direction of my life. And I didn't go, I went back to the fraternity, but I went back to the fraternity to change guy. I had to make some tough choices. Right? So Father Brian last Sunday talked about 4 o'clock moments in our own lives. Seminal 4 o'clock moments, those paramount moments in our lives by which God shapes and influences the future course of our lives, as he did with Peter, James, and John, and Andrew. Right? Those divine appointments come when we take the time to have them, to really listen to God, and to give him the opportunity to move us deeply